Hello. For some reason, I think I signed into a whole different account. Let me know if you see anything weird other than hello, Yarlena's Reborn Nursery and Ceterin Henderson. And okay, yeah, because I'm like, I don't know. For whatever reason, um, I don't know. Hey, Tia Perkins. I had some someone was on my laptop and they logged out of my Google account and they logged into theirs. So now when I logged back in, I was like, when I set this up, I was like, it was weird. But I actually have a paid account through StreamYard, but it don't look like this is the one because it's showing the watermark. But I'll figure it out. I probably got to sign out and sign in on a different whatever. But as long as you guys can see me and we can do live, I don't care about it showing that watermark. Hey Ray's Reborn, Love and Keisha Murphy. Thank you so much. Um, and Pumpkin Corner. So yeah, I'm gonna give people a little bit of time. I know I was running late. First of all, I just want to say thank you everybody that's joining. Don't forget to hit the like button and of course subscribe if you can. Dancing with Nature, hello. Um, I do want to say this is not clickbait. This is a real discussion that I plan to have tonight with you guys as far as um, taking a break from the doll community. So it's not a clickbait, it's a discussion that I want to have. I've been, for those that might be new, um, for those that might be new, I've been on YouTube for about 12 or 13 years. So I've been doing this for quite some time. And hey, Auntie Nelly. Hey, Forever Babes. Hey, April Webb and My Happy Place Reborns and Miss Sherman. Hello, hello, Patricia Hall. I'm just trying not to miss everybody. I'm gonna do that for now, but once I really get to talking, then I may not do the name, so don't feel some type of way, and then I'll try to go back and catch up with everybody. But yeah, just a little backstory. I've been in this community for at least oh wow. Yeah, see? Keisha Murphy says she's been watching for 11 years. So I've been around for a while. I originally started out just scared as heck. Somebody convinced me to another collector convinced me to do box openings. And I wanted to do box openings because I thought it was so great. It was so cool. And I think if you go back to my very first box opening, I was on the floor in this very house, just had it built and moved in, and it was empty. And I was sitting in the middle of the floor, and I opened up, and it was in London, and I was so excited. Couple videos got deleted back then because back then I was like careless, and I had like badges and name tags and addresses and all types of stuff would be showing, and I just so they end up having to be deleted. But hey, Riri's Nursery. So been in this for a while. Like I said, I started out as a collector. Didn't have no idea that I would ever try to paint anything because I've never done any type of art before now. And I came into this doll world as a collector, and I thought, well, first let me say this: my first two dolls, the very first doll that I ever bought was a Lorna Miller Sand little mini silicone that was really like, oh my gosh, like dragon skin silicone. It was so thick. It was a little like almost like a play doll. I think I paid like $50. Then the second was Walter by Laura Tuzo Ross. And then after that, it was the London, which was somebody by Denise Pratt. Might be London by Denise Pratt. But anyway, so nevertheless, hey Claybell's nursery Dolls Corner. So nevertheless, anyway, I started as a collector. And then I started wanting to talk about my experiences on the box openings because I did like a lot of collectors do. I just started flying through box just buying baby after baby after baby after baby. Because when you first get into it, it's like, oh my gosh, I love these dolls. And then they get more realistic and more realistic. And then you start like, oh, this one look like somebody. This one look like somebody. Oh, I want this. I want this. I want that. So I went through that phase. I mean, I remember one time for like a week straight or 2 weeks straight, I had a box opening every single day. So I was like becoming this avid collector. Now, mind you, I was in a very low budget range of where I was collecting, but that budget kept getting higher and higher. And I kept saying, I'll never spend this and I'll never spend that. And then I was like, I'll never buy silicone because it was just too expensive. And then I got there and then I sold $16 to buy one silicone baby. And then that it went from there to there and there and there and there and there and there and there. And then I bought some of the most expensive babies on down. And then, so I've been all over the place. I'm just giving a little quick backstory. I'm not going to go too much and I'm going to get right into it. So my topic today is taking a break from the doll hobby. I think this happens over time with every collector. I think it is a subject where it's kind of one of those things where sometimes you hear people say it and they do it for sales. Some people do it for whatever sympathy. You got the GoFundMe people, you got the people that, oh, I'm leaving this week, and they're just wanting people to say, oh, please don't go. And I always used to be like, I don't want to ever be one of those people. And then there was a time where I realized that I sometimes people really mean it in that moment. Just trying to make sure I don't got nothing in my background because baby, so some people really be meaning it in that moment, like they really want to, they really be expecting to leave, and whatever happens and changes their mind, or somebody say something to them, and then they think, oh my gosh, I can't go. Now, there's a difference in between leaving the doll community and stop being a doll collector. I see a lot of people when they say they leave in the community, they sell all their dolls. Um, mm, I can understand sometimes people can sour your taste for the whole hobby and all, but there's a lot of collectors that I know are private collectors, and I feel like they live a much peaceful, happy life in this hobby than people that are actually active on social media. Now, please, everybody, don't please go be private collectors because I love to see everybody babies and stuff. But I'm just going to tell you some of my experiences and why I have been feeling lately like I want to take a break. Um, Unfortunately, I made this be my career or income, I should say. Um, the last couple years, I've been just doing this. And so, of course, I have to phase my way out in order to do that. I can't just up and leave at this point. But um, I have really had been thinking about it a lot more than ever before. But I feel like, I've watched over the years a lot of people come and I watched a lot of people go. And I've seen people like just kind of take a back, step back, and then they come back into it. Right now, this community is, when I came into this community, okay, I know y'all get tired of people saying this, but when I came into this community, one of the things that was so catchy for me is that it felt like it was so full of love. And we used to do all types of things. I know y'all heard the stories, but it really did feel that way. And I don't want to make this about race, but I'm going to say this as a Black woman and coming into this underground community. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's like, thank you, Sasha. It was like, um, thank you. It was like coming into this hobby. It was like everybody loved everybody. Like it was no black, white, it was no politics, it was no all the sad stories of personal life stuff. It was dolls, and certain people would end up clicking up and they would meet up and stuff like that. I do got a list so that I can stay on topic because I tend to go off. But I'm just saying but right now, and I'm gonna go into some deeper pockets of things that I've experienced, but I'm gonna for right now. And I want to say this before I get any further. I want everybody to have an open mind. I feel free to say what you want to say. Please don't try to use my platform to um, ruin nobody's career or tear nobody down. I want to be able to have an intelligent discussion and us to really talk about what is going on and how we can maybe help, or what do you guys do to get through this hump or whatever. But I also want you to understand that this is my experience and my experience only. And two things can be true at the same time. Exactly. Don't get stuck on the bubble gum. Two, and your we can be talking about the same person, and your experience and my experience can be totally different. And that's our experience. But I was just like, oh my gosh, this community is just like so different without, having all that. It was all about the dolls. It was all about you meet somebody in your circle. And I met one girl that I would talk to, and we clicked, and we still to this day are good, but our lives kind of change. And so we just catch up with each other. Piece of hair was sticking up. We catch up with each other every now and then and stuff. But we talked about our kids and our relationships, and like this girl knew more stuff about me that people in my real life, like outside or offline, would know about me, right? And so we just really click. And so you meet people, and that's the unique thing about it, is the dolls is like a segue to a whole nother, avenue. And sometimes you don't. But these are some of the things that I feel like, and I'm gonna break down several of them, and I feel like I've experienced almost every single one of them. And I had made a list of some of the reasons why people decide to leave. Loss of interest, it gets too expensive. Personal fallouts with people within the community, as we have seen 1,000 times, tug of war between one side and this side. And y'all seen it even on my channel. If y'all been around a while, it was me against the KKK and the the mob and whoever else they called themselves, the big bad wolves, or the mean girl circle. You have seen me have a whole bunch of things, and then sometimes I'm just so vocal and I say things, and I'm very opinionated, and some people within right deserve to be able to not like me, because sometimes I get it. If I was them, I wouldn't like me either, but this is life. Sometimes bad transactions, sometimes just never finding a circle of people to connect with. People leave. Competition, rather you're voluntarily being competing with someone, or people just competing with you and you don't even know you're competing. You don't even know you're in a competition. And it's like, oh my gosh. The sad part about that is sometimes you're in a competition and you're winning and you're not even playing, you're not even participating. That's the funny part. And then you got the politics, and then you got the racism, and the racism and the politics has been high, at an all-time high for the last couple of years, and it has been horrible. Horrible. Okay. And then there's the blackballing, and like I said, it's the dolly mob. They get everybody to take their side, and whoever holler first, everybody side with them, and whoever tell the most saddest story, or she's so, she don't never bother nobody. Girl, please. And so yeah, so I think it's all that. So I'm gonna say, for me, it has rarely been it's okay, I understood what you said. For me, it has rarely been loss of interest of the actual dolls itself. There's times where I have like painter's block, like I feel like I'm not motivated, and that is strictly goes to me just needing to get a piece that I'm excited about. And then I'm like, oh, I'm excited. Like the other day, I was working on a baby, and I was like, oh my gosh, this sculpt it just made me, I was feeling like, oh, I don't know. And I'm working on like two babies that I really enjoy the sculpts. And so it kind of woke me up. But I've never really had the loss of interest. Expensive. When it get expensive, what I do is I either change, like I buy accessories, or I'll go from not collecting silicone to collecting reborns, or vice versa, or I'll do cuddles instead of full bodies, and like back and forth. So I do all that to float myself through the expensive, or I sell, and I sell a lot to buy new, even to fund my income, because I don't do a lot of customs. I sell a lot to buy like blanks and stuff like that. So there's that. But I have had a couple personal fallouts. I am not a person that like open up to a lot of people. But I have had a couple personal fallouts and I've had a couple bad transactions. I had a lot of bad transactions, but not as many as I had good. And I think that's why I probably, because I don't play by my money, but I have had a couple bad transactions and not so much of where I lost a lot of money, but just I felt like it was unprofessional, the timeline, and just a whole bunch of other things, or it wasn't to my satisfactory, or they lied about something, or something like that. Riri said, I'm finding that I love my collection as is, and I'm not truly ready to part or bring anything new in because of amount of space. Yeah. um, I have had, but the fallouts that I've had on a personal level have been so deep that I think, and I think I've two and one more than any of them were like losing a family member, like losing a sister or something like that. And it was just so deep that I was just like, I would be so emotional every time I speak on it. I would be so emotional, like in tears. And it made me like, for one, don't want to build no new friendships in this community. I'm like, I'm done. Yeah, no, I'm good. It made me very standoffish. Um, it made me not want to collect any of these people art and stuff. It took away my love for that particular anything that was connected to that person. Um, but but I was fortunate enough to still have a circle of people that was very positive, and then I realized that hey, you got to keep moving on. But this community has changed so much that like you you have to thank you, love you too, sis, but you have to almost kind of do pull away from like I can't. I used to go down my feed, and this how I go down my feed. This how I be on my social media now. I be like, okay, 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 okay. Oh, okay, that's cute. Okay, okay. Get off. Go to Instagram. Okay, okay. In the messages, in the comments. Okay, let me reply real quick. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I used to be on there like all day, just like, oh my gosh, just sitting there like, ooh, and commenting and stuff. Um, oh. That's so sweet. That made me feel so good. Look at that. Look at God. Anyway, but now I can't even talk. Don't do that while I'm live. Like, oh my gosh. Anyway, but yeah, so hey Mariah, Diane Nursery and stuff. But yes, so I have had so many different experiences. And this is not a woe is me. This is just telling y'all like these are the things that you experience in this community and the world. Like Yarlee said, it's so many the world has changed. Um and the world has changed. We I just wish we could just be back in our little bubble because this was where all it was just love and fun and peaceful. And then it just like became counterfeits and um uh Republicans and Democrats and uh I don't know, just anything you could think of. Like, oh my gosh, she shop off of Timu. Oh my gosh, it's just been every single thing that is like pulling at this community. Like, what are what are we doing? Like, can we just focus on these god doggone dolls? Like, y'all driving me insane. So it's like, I don't know, like lately, like I've been like selling my personal babies. If y'all can notice, I've sold a lot of my personal babies. My collection look real skimpy right now. And I'm down to a couple babies, and I'm on, it's one baby that I like, I don't want to really sell, but it's like I have zero real connection with it. But it's like you go through these phases, and I'm telling y'all this now. Be very careful when you go through these phases, because sometimes you go through these phases and you wake up and you're like, where the hell is my favorite babies at? Like, okay, I feel good now. I want to play. Oh damn, I ain't got nothing to play with, because you be done sold everything off of your emotions running high. And that, do not act in emotions in that moment. I'm telling you right now, if you're in a moment where you feel, put them away, take a break, take a week off or something like that. For me, I feel like I've been positioning myself to go back to work, and like I feel like I just want to paint. And then, with the scamming stuff and all of this stuff, I feel like I kind of want to just paint for myself and just kind of go back to work, and just, you just kind of want to pull back. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm just be honest, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I have had so many experiences, and this community is so shady, and there's some slimy, mangy mutt trifling behind women, flea bags. I'm telling you, like in this community, and it's like they come with these masks on, and when these, some of them, the masks stay on for a while, but then they start slipping. I have dealt with people in business trends. I have done prototypes for women that secretly despise me, or they only want to use my platform, and then once they get what they want, they try to treat me like crap. And a lot of people don't like me because I am opinionated, and that's never going to change. That's who I am. And you're not going to talk to me any kind of way. You're not going to do me any kind of way. And I pay attention to stuff. And the way you treat me, I am definitely going to take note of that. And there's no real coming back from that. Like, I'm going to give y'all an example. And please don't go assuming and trying to figure out and mix and match, because I've been around for many years, and I've done prototypes for a lot of different people, and some babies that wasn't even really noted as a prototype that might have been a prototype. So please don't try to go matching. But, and I'm saying this for future sculptors and artists, if you're going to compete with your prototype artist, baby, just do the damn thing by yourself. Please don't. Like, I don't want to, I have lost uh, business relationships with people, because I'll never forget. I'm gonna give y'all a prime example. I did a baby one time, just had started painting, The baby got so much attention. The sculptor would write me, and of course, they asked me little questions about trying to ask colors I'm using, and this, that, and the third, and stuff like that, and everything is cool. And I was like, okay, because I never discussed my process, and even though I didn't really have a real process at the time, but I gave like some advice on some stuff with towards ethnic babies and stuff like that. But my baby got so much attention, she went and tried to do a baby similar to my baby. She started slowly, she wouldn't like none of my pictures, she stopped commenting. Then she started just acting funny, then she started highlighting a white artist baby in the same site scope, and kind of trying to push myself out. This is something that has happened to me more than once. And I'm just like, okay, let me make this make sense. I'm painting your sculpt, which is making you look good. A lot of more people wanting to buy this sculpt because of the way my baby looks. So why in the hell are you mad? You're messing up your money. Like, why not just celebrate and be like, okay. Or I do a prototype, and then it's a whole nother subject. This wasn't a prototype. This was just a regular doll. Then I do a prototype with somebody, and then you do your prototype, and now you're competing with your prototype artist. Make it make sense. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, the world is so greedy and so full of hatred and competitiveness. Like, so I'm like, you know, I don't want to do. That's why I'm like, I don't really want to do prototypes for artists that sculpt and paint, because what is y'all problem? Like, what is y'all problem? Like, I did the prototype the last time. I'm like, why does she not comment on the work? And it was one of my most beautiful babies, and I'm like, she's not sharing the prototype or nothing. And I'm just like, well, what is going on? What is going on? She like pushing her baby, like, oh, look at mine. I'm just like, did I do something? Did I piss her off by trying to promote her shit? Like, yeah, no. I mean, at this point, that's why I was like, at this point, I could just buy my kits and do what I've been doing all this time. And then you can't speak on these type things and these topics in this community, because everybody got their mob of people, of friends, and then they come at you like you're the problem. I have went to doll shows. I remember the first doll show that I went to? I met a collector that's been around way longer than me. And the first time she met me, this is no lie, and she know who she is. We sat and we met, and when she met me at first, she said, "Oh my God, you're nothing like what people said." We sat there, we talked, we had a heart-to-heart talk. We was in tears, we was crying and laughing. I'm talking at the same time. We crying and we laughing, we talking. We talking about the community. We had a similar experience where she was silent because she didn't want to talk about it, but I didn't know. I had mentioned it where this other artist had practically tried to scam me, and I was vocal about it, but I got a lot of backlash. But come to find out, this avid collector was having the same experience, and that artist had did her the same way, but she never spoke up about it. So it was just really funny, because it was like everybody was looking at me like, oh, I can't believe she did it. And then, that's the other thing. People, they'll go and tell other artists like, oh, Serena, you got to be careful with her, because she'll put you on blast and this and that. And I'm like, go back and do the history and tell me what sculptor or artist that I ever tried to ruin career or put on blast unless they really deserve it. Now, let me tell you one goddamn on thing. When it comes to my money, baby, I want my money. Like, you're not finna play with me. Like, you're not finna play with me. And I'm finna tell you, but I'm not gonna do it publicly. I'm gonna give you the opportunity. But if it's a scammer, I'm gonna warn the people. Yeah, no, I don't mess with her. Yeah, she tried to take my money. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But other than that, I'm not one of those. So I've had so many situations I had where certain sculptors don't won't sell their babies to me for, I don't know why. I never had a conversation with them, not at all, not nothing. They just wouldn't sell to me. And I thought it was just me. At one point I was like, maybe because I'm just so vocal. And come to find out, it was a couple other black artists that said she wouldn't sell to them too. And I said, oh, okay, well, it's not just me. So this is a racist thing. So it's so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So when you see people and you like, oh, she sold this or she sold that, you don't know their story. Like, y'all need to calm down. Y'all don't know people's story. So a lot of this stuff that goes on, people get tired and then they be like, okay, I'm done. Unfortunately, for everybody that hates my little life, I wasn't so easy to run away. And so I've been around for a long time, and they like, God, dog, this bitch got 9 lives. We've been trying to kill her off for the longest. Baby, they tried to suffocate me at one point, baby. It was like, we're gonna keep our foot on her neck. She is not gonna survive. And here I am like, hey, I got some. And I love that for me. But they didn't love that for me. So I have been through so many ups and downs on it. And so when I see people making posts and people be like, oh, they just doing that for attention, I'm like, no. Sometimes it just be coming in waves, and these people make you want to just be like, bump this community, bump everybody. I'm just signing off, because at the end of the day, all we gotta do is log off. For most people, if they don't have business and stuff like that, or haven't had no real true connections, even if you have real true connections, I can still talk to my people, and you don't have to be like posting publicly. Like, it's just a lot. Thank you, Patricia. Funny how a bruised ego can cause people to make terrible business decisions. Competing with a prototype artist who is selling your work can't hurt you. Right. And I've had that happen. Or I have where, they promote and, um, push out. Thank you, my happy place. And they push out everybody else dolls and share it all over the place voluntarily, and will never post mine. I have to market my stuff myself, and I just say to myself, like, okay, sometimes be like, well, okay, maybe they feel like they don't have the platform, so they're trying to help them, and okay, that's fine. But then I realized like other little things that they do and other little things they say and the type of people, the company that they keep, that I know for a fact are straight up so KKK. They just might as well walk around with a sheet on their head. And so I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm just the token. Well, you know what my grandma told me one time? This company wanted to hire me for the face of their company. I later found out they was being sued for racism or whatever. My grandma said, well, baby, somebody gonna be the token. She said, but if you're gonna be the token, get paid for it. So if it's not that beneficial for me and I'm not getting paid for it, baby, I can't be your token. And sometimes I ain't gonna be your token no matter what, because it's not gonna be a price that you could put on it. I'm just telling you. I know artists that have um I know artists that have actually wanted to hide um that they was black, because they felt like once people found out they was black, they wasn't gonna do as well. But that's a whole nother subject. We ain't gonna go into deep in that, because that's what this community is like. It's hanging off of this. It's so split. It's so split into um black, white politics, all that stuff. And I feel like we are so far from just being a dog community at this point. Like, some people post more about their personal beliefs and lives and all that stuff than they do anything else other than dolls. And I'm like, and they're like, well, this is not just my doll page, this is also my personal page as well. And I'm like, but if you know you're doing business on your doll page, then baby. And I'm gonna tell you this. Let me tell you this. Speaking of that, that's another thing that has caused a lot of collectors, not just artists. And see, um, a lot of people think that it just affects artists, but it affects collectors too. Because how many collectors you know that do not sell their dolls at some point or never sold their doll at some point? So the same stuff that artists experience, the collectors eventually experience. So this is what I keep trying to tell these sculptors and these artists. And I just had it recently. There's someone, and I seen something else on a whole nother post that they made a comment about, and it rubbed me so wrong. But anyway. This is what they don't understand. When you do all this political stuff and all this personal stuff, and now you got all these people going in, it affects the artists, it affects the people that own your sculpts or trying to paint your blanks to sell them to other people, because now you've made their buying pool smaller, because certain people are not going to buy your crap. And I don't mean to call it crap. They're not going to buy your art, I should say. They're not going to buy your art, that no matter who paints it or whatever, and it makes it that much harder. I had a baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's everywhere. And they be quick to say it. And it's so funny. I know for a fact it's at least two people that paints predominantly black dolls that do not like us at all. But that's other people's business. And then it's kind of like, okay, let's talk about this. Let's keep it real. And I said I didn't want to stay on this too long, but here we are. At this point, it's like it feels like it's so much stuff going on. I be like, child, just buy what you want. If you like that baby and it don't bother you to give your money to that person, knowing what you know, baby, just buy what you want. Buy what you want. Like you You know, I should have said craft. That would have been that would have been better. That would have been better. You on to something now. You on to something. But yeah, just I feel like sometimes, and that's another thing. I will never tell nobody, oh, don't buy from this person. Oh, don't buy from that person. Baby, do whatever you want to do. However you feel like you want to spend your money, spend your money. I am not gonna try to take food out of nobody's mouth. I don't care. Like that's I might not push you to buy from them, but I'm not gonna talk about. I'm like, there are certain sculptors that's borderline that I'm just kind of like, yeah, real close to not spending my money with you. But then I'm like, it's kind of like I was telling somebody the other day, it's kind of like people like, oh, I don't buy Gucci because he's racist. I'm like, so did they say Tommy Hilfiger and a whole bunch of other them. And baby, at this point, baby, we just gonna have to make our own clothes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, and I'm not saying go and run and support certain people because certain people just said some stuff that they just can't come back from. But that's where the community it gets so stressful because it's like I don't want to have to think about this in my hobby. When I go and see my therapist and they say you have a hobby, your hobby is supposed to relax you, not you come on here and you got to worry about this, that, and the other. And then we got all these GoFundMe's to take care of this person dog and their auntie and their cousin. It be so stressful and draining. Don't get me wrong, sometimes people just need it and they've been in this community a while and people want to support them because we at the end of the day we are still human people. So I'm not saying that nobody shouldn't do that, and I'm just saying on top of everything else, it just be so heavy lately in the community where you just like, I don't know, I just don't want to do this no more. Yeah, yeah. Mermaid Mama said there's a specific sculptor who, even after 10 years in this hobby, I won't buy their sculpts because they are unknown racist. So yes, definitely affects business when people choose to be awful. But yeah, it's just, it's hard. It makes it hard on the collectors. And then you get stuck with these babies, and then, like for instance, like Baby Climb. All these people went and they bought the Baby Climb babies. And then they came out and people was like, oh, they're not sculpting for real. Oh, these are, they're stealing people's sculpts allegedly and all this and stuff. And I'm just like, so now all these people get stuck with this stuff and then people couldn't get them sold. And, it's hard, and it makes it slows down the cycle because I always say like this is a circle of life. Like you say, for instance, okay, Sherry come, she buy from me. Then she decided she want to sell that doll to another collector. And once that collector buy from her, now that frees her back up and she might come back and buy another doll from me. And then that other collector sell that doll, and then she decides I like her work, I'm gonna come buy from you. Or they might go buy from somebody else. It might not always come back to me, but it'll go to another artist. Okay, now she sell. That's another thing. This community was finding everything to argue about. People was policing if you selling the doll for more, if you sell the doll for $5 more than what you bought it. Oh my gosh, it was a group of people that was gonna hound you down all on your posts, telling people she ain't paid $2.99, she paid $183. Please mind your goddamn own business. Why are you worrying about it? Did you pay any of that? Yeah, it was just, so it's just like, okay, so then they went from the prices. Then it was other artists saying, I don't want people buying and selling my dolls all the time. One artist got so mad, wrote a lady, told her she'll never sell her a doll again because she sold her doll. If you don't sit your high price ass down somewhere as much as your dolls cost and tell that woman what she got to, where I would have said argue with your mammy because I ain't her. Who is you to tell me how to spend my goddamn money? Now, wait a minute. You can't buy them. Great. And I love that for your pockets. Because how dare you run away repeat customer. Baby, sell all of them. Sell all of them the ball here to help us and come back and holler at your girl. I don't care. And if you can get $20 more, go ahead. because that means that somebody else found it just that valuable. And maybe you got a discount because you bought 100 babies from me and you want to sell it for what it's worth. Please do. What artists don't fail to realize is that when you have people sell your dolls for less, it's devaluing your work more than anything. It's not helping you, Sally. I sometimes these people be arguing about stuff that I be just like, are y'all realizing what the hell y'all arguing about? Because make it makes who taught y'all business? You can't mind your business. You don't know how to run your business. Somebody need to get you some goddamn business. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all senior citizens and stuff can't be listening to these cuss words. But I'm just saying, I just be like, these people be getting mad about. So it's just been like lately, just everything, just been everybody getting mad about everything. I'm just like, hell, I've been getting mad. Now I'm like, I'm mad about everything. Like, child, I need a break. I'm over here, I'm gonna be lighting candles, talking about, child, I can't do it. Baby, baby, you working on something tonight? Nah, I ain't gonna work on nothing. Baby, we got how many more packs of noodles we got in there? Cause baby, we ain't gonna worry about it. You pay your part out. I'm gonna be short on mine because I can't. My brain ain't can't think. Cause these people like they be arguing about everything. Like it just be like you just everybody. I'm talking about collectors on other people on other collectors. And then what be so funny to me, it never fails. The same people that was policing somebody else stuff do the turn around and do the same thing that they was policing the other person. It can't be so that you was just talking about Sally Sue over there talking about she been doing 1,000 GoFundMe's and you done did 3 back to back in the last 2 weeks. It can't be so that you was just talking about that girl over there selling her babies for $5 more than what she bought it for, and now you selling away you selling a baby for $5,000 that you got for free. You can't be serious right now. People will find anything to argue about. That ain't even their business. Cause oh, and then oh yeah, they bought that doll from me and they paid $200 and now she's selling it for $350. So maybe she thought your work. Well, excuse her for thinking your work was worth more than that. Cause wait a minute, let's break this down. If somebody sells your doll for $150 more than what you're selling your dolls for on an average, and you're upset, here's the key. They told them where they bought the doll. Just listen. They told them where they bought the doll. So don't you think, just open up that little brain, just make it grow just a little bit bigger. Don't you think if they see that your dolls normally cost brand new straight from the artist $150 less, that they ain't gonna come back to you and they might buy directly from you another time? Or they be like, oh, okay. Well, now I'm gonna just start buying my dolls from there. Sometimes when people sell second market, it actually open up, expand give you more exposure, and people come to you to buy other dolls. What is the problem? Then sometimes you sent them little raggedy behind clothes and they had to go buy some new clothes. Let's be, baby, that little spit up stain outfit that you sent on that baby, I couldn't do that when I sold it all. And when you sold it and put it in a little Ziploc and faxed it off to me, I had to actually go to UPS and pay somebody. You drove it to me, Sally. I gotta pay for shipping and I gotta pay PayPal. So yeah, it's gonna be a little higher. Mm-hmm. And you finna be mad. Be mad. I don't care. But if you say something to me, you just might not never get to get my money no more again. It's just stupid all the way around. Like I just be like, make it make sense. It do. Yes. So this hobby is too many women. We just be complaining. That's the main problem. Yeah. I appreciate your insight and read between the lines. One is how I learned a little too late and could not count. So the newbies have to learn firsthand and take heed. Yes. Yes. And I say this all the time. I say also, that's the thing about new people is you turn around and you have to do your research. And so you kind of have to know like what sculpts typically go for this and this and other. But now it's all over the place. So yeah, um, it's just crazy. But it has gotten to be a whole circus. And sometimes it's easy to, I ain't gonna lie, it's easy to get caught up. And back in the day, y'all know, back in the day, I was that girl because I was not painting and I didn't have nothing to lose like a regular collector. And I was just running my mouth. And I was, baby, I would get on here and baby, I would talk about them dolls and things that I be done seen. And I be done saying everything. And it's easy to get caught up in stuff. And then you and then you realize that baby, you just gonna be thank you. Have a good night. But you realize you're just caught up in this stuff, and they really stealing your peace. They really stealing your peace at the end of the day. That's all it boils down to. They stealing your peace. Like you really not getting no peace. Um, Let me tell y'all, I went to the doll show, the Yofi doll show. Right. Too many emotions and hormones, Raise Reborn Love said. Now, I went to the Yofi Doll show. Let me tell you my experience at the Yofi Doll show. I'm gonna give a very gentle review. Simply because I feel like this time at least I feel like they were trying to make everybody feel included a little bit, at least from what I felt. Now, my name got drawn in a raffle. I've never won anything really, to be honest. And so it was a big to do. And we had drove from Jacksonville to Orlando, which was like 2.5 hours. And then we went straight into the show. And then of course I needed to eat. And I had to feed my man. And so he needed to eat. So we went and got something. We went to grab something to eat and they called my name. And I said, well, we on our way back. She said, well, we got a lot of people standing in front of us, da da da. So a lot of people was upset because it was like, you got to be. And I'm like, so you can't go to the bathroom, you can't go grab a drink from the bar or nothing. You can't do nothing. You got to stay here exactly the whole time. Like nobody's gonna sit in this show for 8 hours. Y'all only got 20 people and $20 in here. Now let's be real. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm just saying. And so, but the show owners was very fair and it was very good to me in that situation. I mean, I feel like they did the most fair thing. But there was a lady, she looked like she wanted to snatch my wristband off. She was having a fit. She not supposed to win. Wow. She was on her Karen Nisha. Okay. Baby, she was so Karen out. She was like, yeah, this, that, another. No, because I'm just saying we paid $50. This, that, another. And I'm just like, it's a giveaway, lady. I'm going to show y'all the baby in a minute. That lady looked like she wanted to snatch my wristband off. She was having a fit, and you know, my guy was like, "Hey, you doing all this to get them to take back a raffle that she won?" He was like, "You going out your way?" He was like, "But listen, don't put your hands on them." And I was so embarrassed because I'm like, this is the first time he got the experience seeing what, and I'm like, at this point, he like, baby, I don't know if I want you to go to a show by yourself again. Cause he was like, it was that lady was aggressive. And I'm not gonna lie, I said I'll never go back. And it wasn't the show people, they made the right decision and I still walked away with the prize. I was at that point ready to give it back to him and say y'all can have it because I could just paint my own. It was a color baby and I appreciate I never won anything. So it would have meant something to me, but me being me, I was just like, you can't be serious right now. So, but he was like, no, it's just a principle. No, you're gonna keep it. But it was like on top of all the other emotions I've been feeling about just feeling like I want to just kind of like maybe next year take the year off and just be a collector and just go back to work and stuff like that. I was like, Yeah, I don't even know if I want to do more doll shows or nothing. Because I had already been to the North Carolina doll show, and where I feel like it's just so many great people come there that, I get to meet and be around. And I love the hotel of that hotel last year. Well, we ain't gonna talk about the Yofi bed bug hotel rooms that I was kind of worried about. But and I didn't get bed bugs. But I'm just saying, I would never have booked a hotel like that. And I ain't trying to be bougie. I just, yeah. Um, but the location was ideal because it's right off the highway. But anyway, right. Yeah, the way, and I'm telling y'all, my man is not no little guy. He was like, but it was a woman, and he was just like, don't put your hands on her. Like, hey. he, his nerves were so bad after that. He was like, yeah, I gotta, yeah, babe, I had to take a break. He was like, I didn't know these doll ladies be that aggressive. He was shocked. He was shocked. But yeah, so I thought, and then the North Carolina doll show, I was really emotional at that show. And a lot of it was that I was meeting people that was telling me that I've had so much impact over their journey over the years and stuff, and I didn't realize that. And it felt good to hear that. So there was part of that. It was a lot of that. And so I was just like crying a lot. But on top of it, at the same time, I remember walking into a room, and I think I talked about this. I walked into a room and you could cut the tension with a knife. Like it was like people stopped breathing because when I came, it was like, God dang, I really wish this time she really wasn't coming for real. Like I ruined their life when I and I ain't gonna lie, the petty part of me loved that for them. Stop breathing, bitch. Stop breathing, then. Die today. But no, I'm just okay. That's not nice. But but yeah, because I'm just like, because y'all so fake and phony. Like, what girl look like? And I ain't gonna lie, she know who she is. And baby, I bless your little soul. Baby, she looked like it hurt her lungs to say, hey. I was just like, not to be all in my face on live, but baby, you thought you was gonna have this show. Baby, when I showed up, I showed up. Then it's so funny. But I'm just saying, with all the experience, I'm like, maybe I need to stop going to shows. Like, I'm gonna need to take a break because at this point, I'm going from 0 to 100. I'm going from oh well to well, let's just be petty. Like I don't know. So it's just, and that's the thing. You got to be careful, and that's why when people be saying that, they think it's just a thing. A lot of people be saying, "Oh, protect my energy," and baby, the energy that you need to be protecting is coming from you. You're full of negativity, and you're dark, and you need to pray, and you need to cleanse, and it be them that need to be protected from themselves. But when I say that, when you walk into these rooms full of all these different um thank you, Patricia. When you walk in the room in front of all these energies and stuff, you have good energies, bubbly people. I could walk. It's sometimes I walk up to people and they instantly feel like, you just feel like it's like a fresh breath of air. Wait a minute, how'd it go? Oh, fresh, whatever it is, it feel good. It's like positive energy. You could tell that they don't have to open their mouth. You could tell that they have a good vibe and they're good people. And then some people they walk up to you, you be like, y'all got some oil, baby, because she gonna be sizzling. But no, but for real, so you gotta find a circle of people. Yeah, that's it, a breath, a breath of fresh air. But yeah, you gotta be prayed up. You gotta be in a good headspace, and you gotta find like-minded people, a circle of people. Like people like, oh, this. Listen, I got about 4 or 5 people that I might talk to regularly, And let me tell you something, I be so uplifted. I got my sister that I can contact and she gonna give me scriptures and she gonna listen, baby. I could be there saying, oh, the whole world is falling apart. She be like, wait, hold on. And John so and so said, and let me tell you something, baby. When I get through reading this stuff, I be like, okay, baby, we good. We got this. Because I got the one sister that be like, oh, girl, yeah, let me be there because, baby, I will snatch their eyelashes off. And then I got the other sister that be like making jokes like, girl, you should have spit on their toes. You know? so, baby, find your circle because it is good people in the community. I come to tell you doom and gloom. Yeah, sometimes you feel like you want to leave. I'm telling you, it do be some good people and good vibes. Like, yes. Yeah, it's a real thing, Keisha. It's a real thing. So it's like up and down all year. I've been up and down, up and down, up and down. And then you have your own personal stuff going on. You know what I mean? Like you already fighting your own battles and personal stuff. People don't be knowing what's going on. People, I'm over here losing my edges, my hair falling out. Y'all don't know what's going on with me. And I be over here and then y'all want to come bother me. Girl, if you don't get out my face, and then you got the people that want to come to you and say, oh yeah, so and so said this about you. So I don't care. Go tell it to their mammy. I don't care. Oh, they said they don't like you. Good. Good. And you know why they're telling you? Because you probably don't like me either. I don't care. Like, it's like you gotta find your people. Telling you right now, you gotta find your people. Find your people, find your set of dolls that you like. And if you find out that somebody is so different that you just don't want to support their hobby, their art and stuff, then you don't have to announce it. You don't gotta make this big drawn out post. You ain't gonna never see me write out say, I don't like so and so, and this is why, and I'm never gonna collect their dolls again, and I'm gonna sell this one because of this one, and I gotta do. I ain't doing all that. Put it up for sale, move on, child. Go buy from somebody else. You know what I do now? When I mess with somebody and they act like they don't want to be bothered or they don't want to sell me a doll, baby, it's okay, child. Don't worry about it. Cause I really didn't want to give up these $2,000 anyway, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Ronika over here because she ready to take it. Like we got, yeah, it's no, yeah, we not doing that. Hey, one sleeping angel, yeah, we're not doing that. I have been in this community so long, and that's another thing. People like to talk about all the stuff. Oh, Serenity, this you can't tell. Ask them when next time somebody say something. Ask them say, well, what did she do exactly? Oh, she said you were scamming. Was you? Yeah. Oh, okay. What lie did I tell? Because I ain't never lied to nobody. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. So you just kind of like, and then they don't talk about the fact that, oh, yeah, she helped me get to this point, or she helped me get to that point. And then what you did. Yeah, I just fall back. Naturally just fall back. I ain't got time to be begging and pleading, and I'm not finna kiss, but some of these people want you to. I don't mean to be graphic, but I'm telling you this is what they want. They want you to literally spread their butt cheeks and kiss it, and then stick $5,000 down their throat. I don't have the time. And I be telling people when you contact me, baby, you don't have to tell me. They be, oh, you gotta say, hey, baby, you can message me and just say, how much is a dog? Baby, I am not offended. You don't gotta tell me hello. We ain't gonna sleep together. We ain't gonna wake up in the morning together. And it would be nice and it would be polite. And no, you ain't even gotta ask me how you doing, because at the end of the day, you don't really give a damn, to be honest. If I tell you, well, they say, how you doing? I ain't feeling good. What you gonna do about it? You don't care. You just want to get the dog. So you ain't even gotta go through all of them semantics with me. And so the people that be getting mad and upset and, oh, she didn't say hey to me, I'm not finna sell it. That's you, baby. Because as soon as they tell me to give them their PayPal address, I'm finna give it to them. Yes. And you don't gotta tell me hello, and we ain't gotta be friends, and we ain't gotta play like it. I don't need to know when your cycle start and when it end. Baby, we don't need to know none of that. We ain't gotta be friends, baby. You want to buy this doll and I want to sell it to you. That's it. And that is all. Now, if we do end up having a conversation and we click on something else, then that's okay. But just know at the end of the day, I still want my money the same, and I still want you to get your baby the same, because business is business. But I'm just saying, you don't gotta be fake with me. And if you ain't never spoke to me at a dog show and rolled your eyes and stuck out your tongue, and even if you farted on my toes, that is okay too. If you come to me and want to buy a dog, guess what? Pookie, but baby, what's your PayPal? Because as long as you're not finna scam me, we okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um One sleeping angel said, I'm hurting today. The drama came from me because I didn't spread my butt cheeks. Yeah, we can't be doing that. Because, yeah, that hurt. We're not doing that. That's not what we here for. All I say is just be fair to me. Just be fair to me. I don't even know. I never heard of that person, a Jennifer Squawka Walker. I done had a lot of Jennifers, but I never had a Squawka Walker one. You can message me the link and so I can see. I am a Virgo through and through. I know people be talking, I don't believe in them signs and stuff. But yeah, it's my daughter is a Sagittarius, and ooh, she is a piece of work. She is a piece of work. Um, so I get it. And one of my closest friends is a Sagittarius as well. But yeah, it's this community. So all I'm saying is I really honestly was trying to figure out like how I'm gonna maneuver to not do the doll work. Like I don't know if y'all realize like um hey Kelly, I I hadn't been doing a lot of uploads, and then sometimes y'all will see me upload like for a couple days and then I'll stop, and then but um oh, hold on, sorry y'all. Okay. So um I would upload and then I would go for a while, and I used to upload so much, like every day, sometimes multiple times a day. And I just had kind of like lost my drive. For one, I feel like this is another thing that have kind of bothered me over time. I feel like I have like been silenced because if I say too much, my sales will drop, or people will feel like they don't want to buy from me, or they feel like if they buy from me, their friends will be mad, or it's. And then also I know it is unprofessional for me to talk about other artists and sculptors and stuff like that, their work, so I can't do the stuff that I used to do, and that kind of took the fun out of things because I used to like to talk openly about like different things that I see, but I can't do that. um and then it's just like I've been working so much and just life been life, and then I just hadn't got to do the videos. And so I was just really have been feeling like I'm just like, um, I have really just been feeling like I just didn't want to keep doing this. And I'm like, how can I just go ahead and like just paint for myself? Even with the inventory that I have of blanks and stuff like that, I'm like, I could still just paint for myself and, just go back to work and, blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling you, the last dolls that I'm working on right now kind of made me feel like, oh my gosh, it's like all of a sudden I just felt excited about painting again, and just want to just keep going. I may actually still go back to work and just do it part time next year. I don't know. It just depends on how that flow. But this it's just this community has just been so much, and it's like every time I turn around, it's like, oh, I can't buy this person dolls, or I can't buy this person doll. And um thank you, Clay Bells. And it's just like I haven't been able to um like certain people, like I like their work and stuff, but then they do something stupid online that turns everybody off from their work and stuff like that. And it's like, even if I would overlook how I feel about it, even if I would just say, okay, well, that's their personal opinion and that separates it from the sculpt, this and that, I can't invest that type of money in a sculpt that's going to turn, that I'm not going to probably be able to sell to my audience, because now you have offended 80% of my audience. Or let's say I do get a sale off of it, but now everybody's mad that I actually supported you and bought your sculpt. So now I'm still screwed. So it's like, that's what I want people to also be mindful of. And it's just been so much of a headache just trying to keep up with all this stuff. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, shut your mouth. Like, you can't be serious right now. It meant that much to you to get online and tell people that you feel this way, that you felt like such and such was this type of whatever politician or whatever, and you just had to say that. You couldn't go in your living room and tell Sally Mae or call Betty Sue on the phone and tell them y'all couldn't sit in there and y'all white cakes and drink coffee and talk about all of the hood rats or whatever y'all wanted to say in y'all living room. No, you had to go online and mess it up for everybody, didn't you? It's so stupid. And then you want to come in now, you got to have a sale every 2 seconds, because now you done messed up your business. You done messed up everybody else's business, because you just couldn't help yourself. You had so much hate and negative energy inside you that you just couldn't. You had to vomit it all out on the internet. It just be like, oh my gosh, please, people. Y'all ain't got nobody to love y'all. Ain't nobody, y'all ain't got nobody to come over there and say, come here. Don't say that no more. Cause why? Yeah, thank you so much. I honestly, I'll be honest to you, I feel like that's the part that is most important. Like, there's so much negative stuff, but like I said, again, my point is that it's a lot of negative stuff, but it's also a lot of good stuff if you find your circle of people and the right, stuff. And I used to be like, I don't care about the drama as long as I'm not in it. But now I be like, sometimes I don't even want to hear about it. I don't even want to look at it, because it just gets you it kind of just, it still lower your vibration, whether you believe it or not. It still puts you in that petty mindset. So, but yeah, so for other people, like I said, if you're thinking about leaving the doll community, don't sell your dolls right away. If you take a break from social media, sometimes that makes you feel better. Also, just putting your dolls away for a little bit, just to know which ones you still kind of sometimes want to see. So let's say you got 5 dolls and you put them all away, but every now and then you be like, dog, I really want to dress this one, and you want to pull that one out. Then maybe the other ones you could sell. Just hold on to that one. Like, don't sell all of them, or don't do something the day that you get mad with somebody or have a bad transaction, because in this hobby you're bound to have a bad transaction. You're bound to have a bad customer if you're an artist. And if you're an artist too, another thing that even I have to tell myself is, like, everybody's not going to be happy with their baby. I haven't really had that experience lately, but I've had at least one. And when I tell you, baby, she hurt my little feelings, baby. When I tell y'all, that baby, she scarred me for life. She did exactly what she meant to do. She was sent to do it, and she did it, and it worked. I ain't gonna lie. Baby had me shook. That baby said she prayed about it in the name of, girl, don't do that. Baby, because one thing about it, he don't play about me. Don't do that. Don't tell, baby, he ain't sent you over here. And baby, I don't know. That wasn't him talking to you, baby. I'm just telling you. That was from he was from the pits of hell. That was who was talking to him because baby, one thing I know about the Most High, he ain't see you to come tell me that. He already know what type of child he raised. He ain't come to tell me something. I prayed on it. You ain't know he did, baby. You pray hard enough, baby. You might have been on your knees, but never mind. Anyway, but let's move on. But you gonna my point is, see, I get off track. My point is you're gonna have a bad you might have a bad translation. You might have a baby that somebody might not like. But the show must go on. Nobody's perfect. Get up, keep moving. Get up and keep moving. Um, yes, times is hard. I don't think that we'll ever get back to where we were, but I do feel like we can still have this as a happy place and a hobby. I think it's the way you react to things. I think it's what you play into. I feel like people, a lot of these people, they be cracking me up. Y'all running, y'all trying to fight these artist battles and these cold. Them people don't give a damn about y'all, baby. When you start spending that money with them, they is done with you. They don't know who you is. Huh? Do I know you? You buying it all? Oh, okay. I didn't know who you are. So getting yourself all hyped up and trying to tear somebody down because your favorite artist or whatever. Even when it was me, when I was going through my stuff, like I told y'all with them people, I ain't never told. And matter of fact, I might have told you, baby, don't go over there and say that to them people. They gonna block you. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing. Yeah, no. If you scared, don't comment. Like I've never wanted to put my Lolas in a bad place. So I just think that, you know, you can't always be positive. You're gonna have a bad day. Yes, you're gonna feel some type of way. Sometimes you might actually have to post something and say something or whatever the case may be. And some stuff is warranted. You might have to do a video and expose somebody or something. And that's okay. But if this is something that brought you joy and you love it, find your way back to it. Um, if you need to take time away, and I say this to myself, take that time away. I used to feel so bad if I didn't do a video in a couple days. Now I go 6 days, 7 days. Sometimes I might go 2 weeks and never do a video, and I'm okay. It's okay because as much as I love y'all, I love myself more. I know that hurt it. I know it did, but y'all don't care. But I have to take self care. I have to do that. So, and I hope that y'all do that too. Um, right, exactly, Sasha. So I just, that's all I'm saying is like, you know, I've had that feeling, but I'm telling you, sometimes certain sculptors and certain artists m- make me feel that joy again, and it just lightens my day. You know what I mean? And then I have met some amazing people. And I'm telling you, when I go to doll shows, I have fun with certain people. And yeah, if I don't, if I went to the office show, and I can promise y'all, out of the 20 people that was at that show, I had like one person. I had a couple people that I had knew and I was happy to see, but I had one person that is the life of the party everywhere. Every time we go to a show, and I laughed and giggled with her as long as I could. And then I went and did something else, and while I was there, and that's that. I'm gonna find me something positive and exciting to do. I'm not going to sit and dwell on the negative part. And that's all I'm telling y'all. Like, yeah. So I'm not this post, and I told y'all that in the beginning, it wasn't clickbait. It's not that I'm trying to leave the document. I know some people say, God damn. Every time I think she finna go, here she go. She's still here. But it's not, I'm just telling y'all that I know a lot of my friends been talking about it. They've been feeling it. Y'all not alone. I felt it too. But then just as much as I felt that, I've found new sculptors or sculptors, like y'all know I've been going on and on about my Lovey. But this new little boy that I got, oh my gosh. Lovey said, baby, Lovey almost got sold the other day. I said, baby, the way I want to keep both of them little boys. The way I want to keep both of the little boys, I'm telling you. But I I'm excited about having those sculpts, and there are some other sculpts that I really am liking. So I'm planning on, just venturing out more and more with different sculpts. And I love my big boy that I got, and that he's almost finished. And then I can root him like next year. I'm not gonna get to it this year, but yeah, I just yeah, I think, I don't know. It's been heavy. This I ain't never seen this community be so dark, like as it's been over the last couple months. It has been rough. Joey is right here in this thing. But let me show y'all this. I supposed to have showed y'all this giveaway, baby. I mean, yeah, the giveaway, baby. It was a raffle, baby, at the Jofi show. So just so y'all know, I'm gonna do it not this time. Um, yeah. Um, I am going to actually, so the people that felt like they missed out on the Yofi baby raffle, I am gonna give that baby away. I'm gonna do it in a giveaway. It's a cuddle baby, and I'm gonna give it away. And it's not that I don't appreciate the baby, um, but yeah, I'm just gonna give it away as a giveaway, baby. Um, I would have given it away. I was gonna give it away before I left the show. Right. I was gonna give away the baby at the show, and I had never won anything. And then I really do like the Yofi sculpts. Um, and so I was gonna keep it just for that. But at the end of the day, I only walked away with it out of principle. So I feel like it's more than right for me to actually bless somebody else with it. It was a blessing to get it, and I'm very appreciative. And I feel like the Yofi family did me right, and it was fair to me, and it didn't have nothing to do with them. It was just a whole nother person that was at the show that was cutting the monkey. And so yeah, so that's gonna be the next giveaway. And then I wanted to do a December baby, but I gotta I'm feeling I gotta really think about it, but I'm thinking about doing something crazy. So we'll see. But it will be like a behind the scene type thing, because I owe somebody a baby. Like, I don't owe them, but I said I was gonna do it, and I don't want the year to go by without me doing it. Um, and I do little stuff here and there. That's another thing I like to do. Baby named Audacity. That's cute. I like to occasionally, I like to do things for my customers here and there, like a giveaway for just my customers or stuff like that. Stuff I just don't talk about because, like I said, I love giving. And if I ever get rich, ooh, baby, I would be, mm, I would be just giving away and giving away and giving away and giving away babies. Um, but yeah. So anyway, anybody got any questions, anything that y'all want to ask or say, or um let me know before I get off. Um, before I get off. Oh, my grandbaby. I might come on live with my grandbaby. Maybe I'll peek on here like tomorrow. So I gotta babysit her. Tomorrow. She's so pretty. Oh my gosh, that's a pretty baby. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. Um, and she got color. Oh my gosh, she got color. She a little chocolate baby. Oh my gosh. Y'all know my babies when they were babies were all like light brights. And this one got some color. And I just, oh my gosh, I just love her to pieces. She getting fat too. Ah, can't wait, can't wait. Um, yeah, so I may actually have her and come on here just for a peek. She's a good baby though. She's a good baby. So that's another thing that I also been preparing for. That's why I also been trying to sell off a lot of my stuff because next month and probably for the next couple months, I'll probably be keeping her while her mom work. So I'll be working while she's here and working in the evenings. So yeah. Um thank you so much. Right. And I know, but I am definitely like not ready to go. But I do have my ways, and I feel like a lot of people have been feeling that. So, um, so lovely, beautiful reborn. Said when you paint, what part of the process give you the most joy? Do you paint and give the dolls family members for Christmas? Okay, so um, I actually really, really love painting. Sometime in the very beginning, I'd be like, oh, it'd be boring because they don't really be showing nothing. But as they become their life, I'd be like, I'll be really excited. Um, my least favorite thing is selling because it's stressful and you just don't know. But um, I have not did a lot of giving away to my family dolls, but like my aunts, I had given them a doll before. Two of my aunts, like my mom has dolls. Um, but oh, and I did like a cousin. So I have done some, but I haven't really. But I have a few upcoming babies that like I want to do like little cuddles for, like some of the babies. I'm just getting to that phase. I haven't really done that yet. Um, so my most fun part to me is just painting, and I be wanting to keep the babies for myself, to be honest. But giveaways like in the community be fun because I feel like the hobby is very expensive, and I feel like people have hello heaven sent people have supported me on my channel for so long and stuff like that. So I just like to like show my love and my appreciation for all of you guys, even the people that haven't bought from me. But I feel like it's so expensive. And so giveaways, I've always actually done giveaways, but I used to could do more because I was painting reborns and I've been trying, y'all. I've been trying. If I could ever get the reborn painting down pat again, I would do a lot more giveaways because I would be able to afford to do the reborn giveaways. Um, so it's just a matter of me finishing a doll and seeing how I can do with the sealer and stuff. But anyway, nevertheless, uh, I want to get to a place of where I can do a actual, maybe a full body, maybe a preemie giveaway. So maybe that's gonna be my goal for 2026. I don't know. I think I'm only still at 60,000 subscribers. I don't know. Maybe if I get the 80,000 or something like that, because I don't want to say 100,000 because that's a long ways to go. But this community seems like it's shrinking, not growing. But maybe that's me. But and maybe I'll do a full body preemie or something giveaway. Um, but oh, thank you so much. Yes, my Bella blessings. I even got to meet Lynn at one of the last shows too. It's just so many, like I say, it's a lot of people that are just like it just be nice to see people at the shows. That's another thing, but that's a whole nother video for a whole live for another day. All these doll shows is picking up, this popping up. I think it's a good thing and a bad thing. I think it's actually hurting the community um more than it's helping. But that's just me. From a sales standpoint, um, because people have to pay for travel. People are holding out and waiting to buy when they get to the shows, and then they get to the shows only to find out that they don't really want much there. But they've spent for hotels and flights and food and all this stuff. And so it's taken away and it's like a show here and a show there and a show here and a show there. And although it's fun to meet up with your friends and all that and stuff, I feel like now a lot of people are just waiting to buy from the shows. And so the artists that are selling on a regular basis are not making the money that they normally would make. So it's really hurting like your everyday artist. And I'm hearing it from a lot of my fellow artists, um, conversations that we've having behind the scenes. And a lot of them are like thinking of how they're going to, because a lot of us that have been around a while, we don't want to be vendors. We're not set up to hold our work for 6 months or 7 months, paint for 6, 7 months and never get paid and wait to the actual show. So a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm gonna wait till I go to the show and this and that. And it's like, well, then it's this show and that show. Before we only had like 2 shows a year, or you know what I mean? And it was like one, it was a Bountiful Baby show, and then it was like, the Dolls of the World show or something, the IDTS or whatever it was. It was always like two, but now it's like a show here, a show there, a show there, a show here, and all, in UK and here and just everywhere. And it's like, so the people that's not vending and stuff, and even and it's funny, the sad part about it is I see a lot of the vendors, they go there with all their dolls and they're not selling like you would think. So they've held those dolls for 7 months only to get there and only sell one. And then they come back and they have all these dolls to sell. So yeah, so it's definitely hurting the doll industry. It's so many things, and that's what I say, that the doll industry has really gone nuts. And I think people are so focused on such of the wrong things. They're worried about the counterfeits. They're worried about the doll shows are hurting the business more than the counterfeits. The counterfeits are definitely hurting the lower, I don't want to say lower end, the lower budget um collectors. Um but um I know it's a couple people. It should be a couple people going to the California show. I'm scared to fly right now, but that's the only reason why I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'm gonna go to that one. But that's just, that's the thing. It is. It is. I don't know. I just feel like it's just, that's just my opinion. I just feel like we had our two main shows, and don't get me wrong, like there's a Texas show coming up now, and would love to see how that pop off. And I'm all about supporting like the new shows and stuff like that. But now we got a show in June, July, September, and wait, we got another one in, what is that, February, March? I don't know, we got the March. Yeah, so it's like June, July, like it's definitely like it's a show. It's like almost like it's a show every month. So there's that. But anyway, but it's kind of good in a way. Some people go and they see these dolls and they get to see, because I got to see like dolls that I was just like, oh, I was mind blown. And I realized that, oh, they're definitely using like AI to enhance their photos and stuff like that. So, it is that, that's another thing. But yes, it's rough. Anyway, but I love it. More shows mean more competition, which turns into more options for collectors. If one show not acting right, we can move on. Um, California is a tentative for me because I have family out there. Yeah, that's nice. I wanted to check out the California show. I think the California show is going to be another big show. I think it's going to be a big turnout. And I get where you're saying with like it's more competition. Um and more competition as into what? As into more competition with shows, because the competition is going to exist online even without the shows. But I think it's great for collectors. Don't get me wrong. It's great for people that are just collectors. Because you get to see the dolls in person. You get to buy the dolls in person if you find one that you like. Um, but what I'm experiencing with some of the shows, and I'm not saying all, is that the vendors that are vending at the shows are not the vendors that most people are wanting to buy from in the first place. And so you get there and there's a lot of dolls that's just like beginner level or intermediate. I can't even talk tonight. And it so then you're not really getting um to see the dolls that you normally would go after, if that makes sense. But every now and then you have, you know, some really like, I feel like that's the thing I like about the dolls of the world. I feel like you see a lot of vendors in a lot of the big name artists and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, I don't get caught up on the big names and all that too, because it's some artists that's not discovered or not blown up in name wise and stuff like that that can outpaint people that's got big reputation. Like there was a lady, I told y'all this, the lady walked up to me on the floor and I don't remember who she was, but she was saying how I influenced her to paint her first silicone and all that and stuff. And I looked down at that doll and I said, baby, you're gonna be something way bigger than me. This work is amazing. If this what you're doing in the beginning, baby, I can't wait to see you when you get comfortable, where you literally is really claiming your skill here, because she was a natural and she's not even somebody that sells. She was just somebody on the floor. So yeah, so when it comes to name big names and small names, when I say that, please don't think that I'm saying that if you don't got no big name that you can't be great. Because like I said, this girl telling me that I was influencing her and I'm like, baby, I can't even reach that skin tone. What did you talk about? You baby, you already done baby, you went over my head. It was beautiful. It was a dark skin silicone. But anyway, you know, so yeah, it's definitely, like I say, it's the pros and cons to it. But for artists per se, the ones that don't vend, it's not gonna be as, oh, okay, forces them to put forth best. Yeah, and yeah, true, true. Um Yeah, you're right. You're right. It definitely is. And I also, I had said this before. I said it's been so many, everybody's painting dolls now. Everybody's painting silicone, everybody's painting reborns. And so now we're to a point where the prices have had to come down because everybody's painting. So now you can charge that, but people can go where their wallets can go. And so the prices are coming down with the silicone and like in the vinyl, more silicone than anything, because now it's hard to find. Now with vinyl, I feel like we're still struggling with like the darker skin tones. And so, right, on period. The So I feel like the reborns, they're still very expensive when you're looking for a um doll or African American influence doll or skin tone, because they know you can't find that anywhere, not when it's not done right, or so will look natural. So we're definitely, um yeah, so yeah, when there's more competition, it does work in the collector's favor. I agree. I agree. That's just like the kits, the blank kits. They were so high at first, but so many people have started sculpting and pouring, and now it's like they came down. But then there's a few of them that's still up there, and it's because they, like the boys that I got, they're on the very high end price of sculpts, but you see it in the work, and I'm okay with that. When I can see it in the work, I'm okay with it. It's when you charging the same amount as an elite sculptor, and it's you not there yet, baby. You're not there. I don't know who told you was there, but you're not there yet. So yeah. Um, Thank you. I wish I could. I'm trying. I really am. But anyway, guys, I am getting sleepy. I gotta finish doing what I do, and I'm watching this show on Netflix. And I keep having to go back to the episode, but I think I'm on episode 5. It's called The Beast in Me or something. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So before I go all the way to sleep, that's what I want to go and see. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I hope everybody find peace in this hobby and we get back to at least a happy place. And and yeah. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Do y'all need to sing that song for y'all? Go to sleep. Go to sleepy little baby. When you wake, you a patty cake. Rise and shiny little pony. Black sheep, white sheep, where is the lamb? Way down yonder in the valley. The buzzards and the butterflies kicking out his eyes. The poor little thing cried. Mammy. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Now see we were supposed to end, but I gotta say that one last thing. The classes. That's another thing. The classes is like the doll shows. People end up making money off of just doing classes, but then they also are just having like more people painting. And that's yeah. Anyway, all the classes, they don't have to sell dolls and they make money off of teaching y'all how to paint, which is actually free information in a lot of places if you look. But I'm not gonna knock them people hustle. But we are just creating more and more competition for the artists. And we're gonna eventually dwindle down the industry. I'm telling you, it's gonna water down to a point where only the strongest gonna survive it. But that's just me. And my thoughts. But nobody cares. Good night. Good night, 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 good night.